Did you like that, Clark? Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Bam, what's doing, guys? Back with another episode of Fresh Vinyl Live. It has been a long time, probably like 3 years since I've done any kind of capacity of Fresh Vinyl Live. But we are here. It is August 6th, 8 o'clock at night. We are sitting here with Clark Robertson. Say hello, sir.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is great to have you on. So what we're doing here, folks, is we are going to do basically a special broadcast of what you bought at G-FEST. And because Clark is freaking awesome, and he's been a friend of mine, follower, fan, of Fresh Vinyl reviews and all that good stuff for like ever. And because he's not going to be at G-FEST for, unfortunately, the next 5 years, but we'll get to that. We're putting you on full blast tonight, so I hope you're okay with that because you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you got to deal with me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, just a couple shout outs to Jessica Etchels. Hey, yo, thank you for tuning in. Ray, always good to see you.
Hi, Jessica.
Clonezilla, boom, I like it. It's a little Clark sit down. That's what's up.
Oh, that's my friend Noah. That was at G-FEST with me.
What's up, Noah? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. All right. So again, what we're going to talk about is what you bought at G-FEST. Before we get there, though, just a couple little questions, just so to get to know you. I do want to give you a shout out. If any of my coworkers watching right now that said you were going to call me while this is happening, that checklist better be done. Just letting you know. I will find out because they were like, "Oh, we're going to call you in 45 minutes." I'm like, Nope. Hello? Nope. I'm not answering. I might have to. Anyways, all right. So let's rock and roll. So you've been going to G-FEST since when?
2016.
2016. So how many G-FEST was that? 16, 17, 18, 19?
So I actually only went 3 times starting from 2016. I went to 2016, 2017, and 2018. Then I went on a hiatus, and then I just came back this year. So this was my 4th one.
Oh, wow. Why do I feel like I've seen you every year? So I've only 4 years is when we've met.
Yeah, crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Because I think that's one of the good things about G-FEST is that you establish friendships and relationships that supersede actually being at G-FEST. Because you and I will message back and forth, like Instagram stories or whatnot. And to think that I've only seen you 4 times just doesn't feel like that at all. So
no.
Well, darn, man. Darn. But it's a good feeling. It's always a good feeling. All right. So of your 4 favorite G-FESTs, what was your favorite G-FEST?
Well, originally it was 2018 where I got to meet Kenpachiro Tsutsuma and Megumi Odaka, and I had a friend come in from town. Shout out to Noah. But it would have to be this year because I had a lot of friends come in. I got to reunite with you, and I got to meet a lot of awesome actors come in as well. Awesome.
Yeah, this year, I feel like this year was up there as far as just a great show for everybody. Clearly, your first year seeing the new hotel, that is a big plus. Yeah. The Crown Plaza kind of feel it has that nostalgia now. The Crown Plaza is kind of like the show version of the hotels in a way, because that's where a lot of us started. But this year was awesome. I think like 2014 was probably one of my favorite years, and this year. So I don't know if which one is better, but this year was freaking awesome. So great job to the folks and the staff running G-FEST. They did phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's move on to the next question. What did I say? Was your favorite purchase? No, we're going to do that last. What's your favorite Godzilla movie, Clark?
For me, it is easily Godzilla 2000.
Awesome. That would make sense why what happened earlier. It's kind of sad now to your figure.
Yeah.
Godzilla 2000. Did you get to see that in theaters when it came out in 2000?
Yes, I actually have my late dad, may he rest in peace. He took me to see that when it first came out. It was actually my first Toho Godzilla movie. I actually saw it in the theater.
Mine
Like
too.
Toho related, not the American mistake
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened. No. Yeah.
Gino, poor Gino.
Yeah.
I if you've watched the videos, I
Yeah.
was very harsh on Gino, like
Mhm.
what, 10 years ago,
Mhm.
and now I've just learned to appreciate the movie for what it is.
Right.
But, all right, so we've got a couple good questions out of the way. Let's see, what is it that I said? Get over here, at the what you bought at G-FEST videos.
Right, Scorpion.
Yep. So show me your shit. Show me what you got.
All right. So I guess first up was one of the first things I picked up was the Bandai Ebra giant shrimp or lobster. I picked this guy up because I didn't really have any representation of this guy in my collection. I had the YMSF, but I gave that away along to the YMSF Gabra to a good friend of mine's daughter, and she's a big Godzilla fan as well. So I decided to pick him up as well. Pick this up.
Awesome. I dig it. When I was doing the review for mine, I realized that I only have 2 Ebra figures.
Wow.
Yeah, the X Plus and the Bandai. There's just not that much representation out there for them. Next,
I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy out of the way. I went and picked up the Movie Monster Series Godzilla Final Wars.
awesome.
I really picked this guy up because, I mean, you're right. We should appreciate it for what it is, but also because he was in Final Wars, I would like to get the cast of Final Wars.
I agree with that 100%. That's something when it comes to like specifically X Plus. Like I want to complete the lineup.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll interject the question and topic that we had talked about earlier. Like not to get into the list, but I know we both have a list of monsters, kaiju, that like X Plus hasn't done, that Bandai hasn't done. But Bandai is checking that list off as they go, which is really awesome. So good. All right, what do you got next? And he's got like 39 figures, people. So we're getting fresh.
Another one I picked up was one of my best friend's favorite kaiju is Showa Baragon. I got this guy because I only have the Revolt Tech, which is sitting right there up on my shelf. And I was like, I should really pick up a Bandai. So I was like, yeah, I'll just pick this guy up, and he's an awesome looking figure.
Yep. Have you seen Frankenstein Conquers the World?
I have seen it. I think I've seen it once, but it's been a while. I tried looking it up on YouTube the other day, but I don't know if there's a way for me to even watch it. Like I know Mysterians is another movie I need to watch too, and I just can't find a way to watch it.
Yeah. Phenomenal. What? Both of those movies, all of those non-Godzilla movies from the 60s are phenomenal. All right. Let's rock and roll.
Sorry about that. If you hear anything in the background, my mom just came home.
Unbelievable. Tell her not fresh.
Not fresh. Interrupt our stream. So the next one I'm going to bring up, I've had my eye on this figure ever since you reviewed it. And he's an absolute gorgeous figure, and I've been kicking myself ever since. But it is the Bandai theater exclusive Godzilla -1. Gorgeous. He is a gorgeous piece, and I'm really happy that I managed to find one.
What I love about that figure is it has the glitter injected into it. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, sparkly.
Sparkles.
So the next one, now I only have a representation of this in Monster Arts form. But I was only going to get it if I could find good beam cannons, and that is the Bandai Super Mecha Godzilla. I went towards I think his name's Greg Cardano, his table at G-FEST, and I saw these sitting in the back behind his table. I'm like, yeah, I'll pick this one up, and the beam cannons are pretty good.
Yeah, I have it. I dig it. Like, you know, for a 6-inch figure, specifically when I started recollecting the Bandai figures that I had sold or just ones I didn't get. When I saw that, like, you know, Bandai's never done, at least in vinyl figure form, with the Garuda on the back. And I remember when I got mine, because I bought it from the Godzilla store, the beam cannons were like, you know, one's going that way, one's going the other way. But I just heat it up with a hairdryer, get a little squishy soft action, and they just go right back. What is called vinyl memory. Oscar, what is up, sir? Thank you for dropping in. Look at that name. Oscar, the Monsterverse Maniac and Articulated Pimp Simp. Ooh, nice. Nice. All right. What do you got?
So, to go along with Super Mecha Godzilla, the same reason I just went by, I also went and picked up the Bandai regular Mecha Godzilla.
Awesome. So, I'm noticing the tags are off.
Yeah. I took them off, but that's how most of my collection is. Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. No, always a good topic, you know, for Bandai collectors and their collections is tag on or tag off.
And I actually have I actually keep the tags. I have them stacked up, so
tell me how you get the tags.
I keep them like trading cards.
Good.
I usually take a fingernail clippers and I'll snip it as close as I can to it, then I'll push the rest inside the figure so it's not showing.
I'll tell you, I'll give you an idea if you want to try it. If you want to preserve the tag, if you heat it up with a hairdryer, most times if you grab close to where the tag is in the hole after you heat it up, usually I've heard people say that you could pull it out. That way you don't have to clip it and you won't hear the rattle in the inside. And should you ever want to be able to like re-tag it, you could, you know, as an option. But look, there's no rule, you know, when it comes to the Bandai figures. You display them and collect them how you want. So
right.
It's always a fun conversation because you have like 50% of the people that are like tags on, like I'm a tag on guy. Then you got the other 50% of the people that are like, no, I want the tags off. Then the other half is like, you know, but it's part of the fun. All right. What's next?
So I got, continuing with the -1 trend, I picked up I believe this is the poster posing version -1.
Yep.
I picked this guy up because I do not have a Bandai -1. The only thing I have is the Monster Arts that's close to that. So I was going to pick this guy up. Originally, I was going to pick the original up. My bad. But I saw this guy. I'm like, he's got a way cooler pose.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's just static.
Yeah. And you have the theater exclusive, which is the same sculpt as the original, you know, the standard one. So you have basically both.
Yeah.
Which is good. Nice.
All right. So I just saw Jessica Etchel's comment about Anguirus, so I think I'd just bring this up right now. I actually picked up an Anguirus when I was there, and that was the Anguirus SP from Godzilla SP. I had been debating picking this guy up, and I was like, how good is it in person? But when I saw it in person, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're coming home with me. So, yeah, I'm glad I picked him up.
I that was one I saw on the table when I was working with Mike Johnson. I saw that figure, and I was like, this actually looks pretty good. You know, for a Bandai figure, for Anguirus, like they really, you know, spared no expense, you know, on that. Nice, good stuff. Yes, Jessica is very happy, and she says very nice pickup, and yes, fresh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna deviate a little. Oh, you know what? I forgot. There is another Anguirus I got when I was there, and this was my first buy at G-FEST this year, and that is the SH Monster Arts Anguirus.
Awesome.
I picked this guy up because I've always wanted the Revoltech Anguirus, and I was always hoping someday SH would release one, and lo and behold, here he is right here.
Yep.
And I gotta say, he turned out really well. And I guess that's all there is I need to say about that.
But what's awesome about that is a lot of fans of Godzilla vs. Gigan now have a completed lineup of that movie, so that's pretty damn cool.
Oh yeah,
Jessica approves as well.
Very nice. So I'm gonna move on here. The next one I picked up is the Bandai. I forget what year this is, but I know this is the newer release of the Hedorah.
Here, pass it to me. It looks, yeah, I think that is the one of the newer ones from I don't remember what year, maybe 2018 or so. Because the original final form Hedorah came out in like 2006 or 7, I think it was. But I have that one too. I like that one. It's a little bit bigger than the original one that came out, and the sculpt, I feel, if you think about it, it looks like the 30 centimeter X Plus, which is pretty dope. Yeah,
and I actually have the original, and I have the anniversary version of that Bandai as well.
Nice.
Shout out to my Alpha mom who actually surprised me with that one. So that's always awesome. Good. And then continuing on with the Hedorah trend, why not go on to the landing stage Hedorah? I decided to pick this guy up. This is another one of my ones from G-FEST. I was hoping to run two, and I actually managed to grab him.
Awesome. That's another Bandai figure that if you asked me 10 years ago, would Bandai ever do? I'm like, no. It's like, we were so, what's the word? Oversaturated with Heisei figures over and over and over again that we never thought we would see some of these figures, and these are like when I'm going through my Bandai marathon, I'm like, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, who would have ever thought we would have got an Ebra or landing stage Hedorah? So it's awesome that we're getting these from Bandai.
Speaking of forms, I also picked up the crawling form.
Yep, that's one too. I love it.
Yeah, Bandai has been really nailing it lately with these kind of figures.
Yes, they have.
Granted, some of them have been hit and miss recently, but this one is definitely a home run. All these forms have been.
Clark, Ray 2D2 says you weren't playing around at G-FEST. You were busy this year.
Oh, yes, I was.
Ray, I don't even think we're halfway through everything he bought yet. I mean, we might be getting close to halfway. But Clark wasn't messing around. He decided, he's saving up for something big. Last G-FEST for a bit, he crushed it. He went fresh. Bam.
Yeah. And the best are just yet to come. I'm getting to the Bandai stuff first. So, closing off the Hedorah lineup, I also picked up the Bandai Final Wars Hedorah.
Nice. I have him. Like you said, gotta have the lineup.
Yeah. And that's the Hedorah. All right, so I'll pick. Let's start. Yeah, the next one I picked up was the Bandai Saibot Godzilla. Awesome. I have the memorial box right here, right next to me, which I got at G-FEST 2018 as well. And this is a really awesome figure.
I love the Saibot. That's another one I never thought we would see. But as you grab the other 84 from the memorial box, it reminded me of when, now you probably remember better than I do, but I remember the one year you were looking for memorial box figures. You pulled out a notebook. What a checklist.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, I love that, like, and you could understand everybody watching, anybody that's been to G-FEST, like how we can relate to that. When you got a hit list and you hit that dealer's room, you know what you're looking for. And when you're walking around looking at those tables, your eyes are just like, scanning like a radar. Like, where is it? I know it's here. I know I'm going to find it type of thing. So I thought that was awesome that you had a list. And
I actually did that this year too.
Good. I didn't see it, but but that's
It was
okay.
digital.
You've upgraded.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
So moving on with the Godzilla lineup, I also picked up the Godzilla 74 from Bandai. This is actually my favorite Godzilla suit in the Showa series. I know a lot of people don't like the puppy dog look. I think that's what you called it, the Megalon for the Megalo
I love
Doji
it.
suit.
Yeah, I love it. But he looks like a puppy dog. But it works for those movies.
Yeah. Then going on to continue the Mechagodzilla trend, I picked up the Flying Mechagodzilla, and it's a real awesome figure. This actually completes, because I have the Drink Box Mechagodzilla right there on my shelf, which is an awesome figure in itself. I think that's the first 74 we've gotten, other than the 75 which we had.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's the 74 and the Dream 5 set.
Mm-hmm. Right, and he's right here. So, very nice.
Yeah, so those are the only two 74s.
And then to close off my favorite movie, I also picked up the King Caesar.
Awesome.
Now, I had the Bandai creation, but I was like, man, I really want original Bandai. Like,
yes.
I just had to have them, and it's the one I wanted because I know that there's two versions of this guy. One has like red eyes, the black dot, and the other one had these kind of eyes with the golden iris. And that was the one I was looking for, so I'm glad I got him.
So that's the 6-inch one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you picked up. That is, in my opinion, the best 6-inch Bandai King Caesar.
Oh yeah.
The original, because there was two more before that one. The first 6-inch was part of the Godzilla Island lineup in 1998. Then later, the 6-inch line turned over to the Toho Kaiju series, and both of those King Caesar figures were basically identical. So once we got the movie Monster series lineup, that started. The paint job on that King Caesar so much better. Love it.
Oh.
Love it. Love it. Love it. What's up, Mark? Thank you for dropping in. What are you doing? You're just watching while you work on stuff. That's good. You work on your stuff and you let us entertain you. Bam.
Mm-hmm. So moving on to the next lineup, I picked up the pencil Kaiju, the Manda Final Wars. I picked this guy up because I don't have representation of Manda, Final Wars Manda in my collection. I have the Showa representation in the form of YMSF, which is, I'm kind of surprised Bandai has not done either, but with the way they're pumping out different kind of figures right now, hopefully that's down the line and the pipe work for them.
Yeah. At this point, you can't put it past Bandai if they're going to do it. Go to Franklin. What's up, dude?
Franklin, what's up, man?
Hope you get your Instagram account back. That was some bullshit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he got his main Instagram account got banned for some reason.
Oh, man, that's messed up. I follow him on Instagram.
Very, very, very.
Yeah.
We got the right shirts on. That's why we're fresh.
Moving on, I picked up this little doofus. The Bandai Manila Showa. I have every other representation of Godzilla's son in Bandai, and I didn't have this guy. So this was definitely a must grab for me.
Awesome. He's great. I got my mom one when he came out. She loves him. She loves him.
Yeah. So let's see a little bit here. Another going with the Godzilla Sun lineup, I picked up a vintage Godzilla Jr.
Awesome.
This guy was on my hit list. Before G-FEST started, I watched last year's layout. I think Nick Sides did a live walkthrough of the dealer's room and actually saw all this in there. And I'm like, okay, if I see him, I got to grab him. And I went to Toko Toy Town, or is it Toku Toy Town? And they had him in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I picked him up, and I'm so glad that I was able to snag one.
Yeah, there's nothing like grabbing and like an 80s or 90s Bandai figure in the 8-inch scale. That just,
Oh yeah.
at this point, like you said, vintage. Once something's like 25 years old, it kind of falls into that vintage game. But like to me, again, like that's how I grew up, was collecting the 8-inch stuff, and it just screams nostalgia. It's awesome. So good grab on that.
Continuing with when I was at Tokyo Toy Town, I also managed to find the Bandai 62 Kong.
Yes.
This was another one on my list.
Yes.
And I'm glad I picked him up, because the only other version I have is the YMSF Kong, which is sitting over there.
Awesome. That is,
I love this guy.
Man, I know I talked about it on my Bandai Marathon video, but in short, that was the first figure I bought off eBay when I found eBay, and it opened up a whole new world of collecting. And I was so excited to get that figure, and it is one of Bandai's best.
Yeah. The head sculpt is perfect.
Yes.
Yes. So to close out the vintage stuff, the last two vintage figures, I was not expecting to see these two at all. I saw the Tokyo. I got the Tokyo twins. This one I saw at your table, at Mike Johnson's table, and I saw another one in front of Showcase's table. Well, not at Showcase, but was one right next to it. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go grab this guy real quick. Can you hold this guy? And thank you for doing that, because now I have both Mothra Larva twins in my collection now.
Awesome. And as you're going through your buys, your grabs, that's something I noticed on Thursday setting up in the dealers room. Was like, there's like no vintage or 8-inch figures anymore. Like Mike had,
right.
I guess he had that one that you grabbed, but like I didn't see like barely any on the table. It was all the newer Bandai figures from the last like 5-6 years, which is awesome. But it makes me think back to when, working in the deals room, 10 years ago, it was all the older stuff.
Yeah.
So now that the tide has changed, and it just goes to show, this is what we say. A lot of us know it. And, Bandai is king in the dealer's room. And Bandai will always be king. Yes, Greg Codaro I walked past his table a couple times. He did have some good Bandai figures there. So
yeah.
And they're all good, but like the 80s and 90s figures, those are getting like really hard to come by now. Even the 2000s figures, because I remember a lot of people asking, the 8-inch chainsaw guy again from Final Wars, Kaiser Ghidorah, Monster X.
Yeah, so, those three I have.
Yep. So good stuff.
So
and cold, yes, it is.
Another thing I picked up. Another thing I picked up was the Bandai 1971 Godzilla. I picked them up like this out on a whim. I'm like, okay, it's the same as the 68 Memorial box, but there are some differences between it, very small ones. Like I've seen people mention on Facebook.
Yeah, and the paint being clearly obvious, but the sculpt is a little different.
Yeah, a little different. But I am happy that I have also snagged the posing version, which should be coming in the mail soon, hopefully. The flying version.
Yes. Because I have my YouTube channel up. Make sure you check out Shinrob Jira. He just posted a review for his an hour ago. So I'll be checking that out after we're done here. Yep.
Okay, cool.
If you haven't followed him, do so.
Oh, yeah. I'll give him a look at. So moving on with the cool Godzillas. Another one I picked up that I was hoping to run into, which I did, was the dancing Godzilla 65. This figure is just amazing. Like, that's all I have to say. That's all I can literally say. It's just awesome.
Yep. When it comes to that figure, that captures everything that is fun about collecting Bandai. It's in fun pose. It was a fun part of the movie when Godzilla's doing the she dance, and now to have that in vinyl figure form, awesome. Yeah,
like awesome. And I have the Super 7, actually, the mini Super 7 in its package still, and which is awesome as well.
Yep. I concur.
So moving on, I don't. Now this is the only tag that actually no, the only other tag figure I have, because I think it's a special version of the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 54. I think it's special because it has the 70th anniversary on it. It's got like a gold label on it, so I decided to keep this one on just in case it's some kind of special edition exclusive 54.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't want to say quote me, but that is the 70th anniversary 54 Movie Monster Series figure. When I was in Japan, they had them in the Godzilla store. So I got a good look at it, but that was a reissue of that. And what's crazy about that figure has been reissued probably the most times in the 6-inch line, if I remember correctly. Because it originally debuted in '98, part of Toho Kaiju series, and not much. They really haven't changed the sculpt at all, so it's getting that sculpt is getting its use in, which is good.
Moving on, this is a figure I picked up at your table. The final buy of my trip on Friday in the dealer's room was the Godzilla Fest Jet Jaguar.
Nice.
From the Godzilla short. I thought it was kind of interesting that it came with I have them right here, the Gigan claws. I thought that was an interesting take. Didn't think it was silly. I thought it was pretty cool, though.
And that came in a box, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. So let me just go back here a second. You said that concludes what you bought on Friday. You bought all of that on Friday.
Half of it was on Friday.
Okay, I was like, impressive. It's impressive, and I love that it's Bandai.
I actually had to put my money in on certain days because I would have blown through it all.
Yeah. So were you smart? I mean, you're smart, but not what I meant. Sorry. Did you bring cash with you for the whole weekend?
It was all cash.
Good, yeah, because that was a problem. Throughout the weekend, I think by like Saturday, the ATMs were empty. So,
yeah.
So tip to people going to G-Fest, empty your bank account before.
Bring cash.
Bring cash.
Yeah.
Just go to the bank. It's like I need it all.
Yeah. Another classic figure I picked up was this is the new one, not the old one. The MMS Gorosaurus. I picked him up because I don't have one in my collection. Well, I actually have the YMSF version, closed mouth. But I actually wanted the Bandai, so this was definitely one of my pickups.
Awesome. And what's nice about that is it's almost identical to the 8-inch figure. The 8-inch version is, I'd have to compare them again, but I felt like they were like nearly identical in size, which was nice.
Yeah. So, moving on, this is the final Godzilla Bandai that I picked up, and that is the 2002 Godzilla from Bandai Movie Monster Series. Picked this guy up because I have the 8-inch one sitting on my Millennium shelf, and I didn't have a 6-inch, so on a side note, I also have the 03 on pre-order as well.
Awesome.
So that's,
awesome. Again, like other figures I just didn't think we were going to see. So it's really nice to see that.
Especially the Kamibis that's coming with the 03. Moving on, this one wasn't really on my radar. This was like, okay, if I see it, I might get it. Which I ended up doing was the video game version of Bagan of the Bandai. I get it. A lot of people are not a fan of Bagan. I understand that. I don't know what it is about it either. Maybe it's because Godzilla transforms into Super Godzilla, but I've always been fond of Bagan. I'm glad that he's getting some love in the version of figures.
Yep. You picked up the X Plus version, right?
Yes, I did. And he's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So I remember because I remember you were the one I think you asked if I got it. And I passed on it. I never played the game, so I never had any kind of exposure to Bagan, however you pronounce it. So it never really like did anything for me, you know. So I never like bought into like the lore or the hype. Um, so that's why I passed on the X Plus 30 centimeter. A, it looks massive.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, and to spend that much money on a figure that I'm not like, oh, like for a kaiju that I'm not like, I need it kind of vibes, I passed. But when I was in Japan last year, I saw the Bandai figure at the Godzilla store. And I think that was the first time I actually saw it in hand, or I at least absorbed it, you know, in person. I was like, you know what? This is pretty cool. And I bought it, you know, so I'm glad I have the Bandai
That's it.
version. If anything.
Well, the first two Bandai's Michael that I bought at G-FEST. One was the version 2 of Kiryu, the 2002. I saw this guy go up for like as a reveal, and I was like, I gotta get him because one, he has more paint on him than the other previous versions had, which is one thing Bandai likes to slack on is the paint.
Yep.
Now he doesn't have any black on the tail, but on the front, that's where it counts to me. Like, show some detail, a sense of depth, as you put it.
Absolutely. You know, I know I say that pretty much in every video, but like for me, like having that sense of depth, it really makes the figure feel like you literally pulled it out of the TV screen. You know, be it X Plus figures, Bandai figures, even so Fubi, you know, I'll bring him up real quick. This figure, because he's got the, you know, the red and the black, the way it's painted, there's a lot of, you know, even a simple color scheme as this, there's a lot of depth in that. And I just love that when it comes to the vinyl figures. You look at like the Bandai 92 Mothra that came out in the 6-inch line. The bottom of the wings aren't painted. I understand, you know, they're saving paint, saving money, keeping costs down. But it almost, and I have it. I bought it, you know, after I saw Mike Russo post his on the Godzilla Collectors group, which if you're not a member, please join there.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah.
Everybody else better join. Like,
yeah.
What we celebrate 14 years on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, after I bought the Mothra figure, I was like, what's the big deal? I'm putting it on the shelf, and it's not like I'm looking at the wings anyways, but that's okay.
Right.
All right. What do you got next?
So the final Bandai, I wanted to pick up because, well, the only way it came in was the Bandai Premium line, but I picked up the Bandai poster version, Ghidorah. And this was one of the buys I picked up on Saturday. And this guy's awesome looking.
Yep. That is gorgeous. I was a little skeptical about the sculpt at first because of how the wings were positioned and how like the heads are kind of mushed together. But that figure, it's gorgeous. I love it. I love it.
He really stands out on in my collection.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that concludes the Bandai stuff. So I guess I'm going to go on to the good stuff.
Oh. Prepare yourselves for the good stuff, people.
So one of the things, if you're familiar with Titanic Creations, and their Gorgo figure, I managed to pick up a young Gary from a table. It wasn't directly at their table, but I got a better deal at another table.
Awesome.
Young Gary is a movie I've seen, but haven't seen in a long while. But I thought, you know, I'll pick him up. He comes with some buildings and stuff and some tanks. So, you know, why not?
Awesome. Nice box, too. That makes it, you know, part of the figure.
Yeah, and it has art on the back drawn by Matt Frank.
Awesome. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm going to get this guy out of the way. One of my favorite buys this year was the Godzilla First 70 Years book. I actually just got done reading this yesterday, and I love this book. I can't recommend this book enough.
You read the whole thing?
Yeah.
Bravo. Good for you. I have it on pre-order, so I can't wait to get it.
You're going to love it. It has quotes from Haruo Nakajima himself, like how he experienced things. It felt like a documentary when you would hear things from him talking. And I thought that was really cool.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. Trust me, buddy, you're gonna love it.
Thank you. I
So,
trust you.
Speaking of Nakajima, I picked up. Finally, I was able to pick this guy up. The Haru Nakajima. I forget what this figure's called. I just call him. Is there a term for this guy?
Honestly, now you got me thinking. Because I'm such an expert, but it's the M1 Nakajima. That's just what we've called
M1
it.
Nakajima.
Yeah.
I picked this guy up because I don't have anything really in my collection to represent Haru Nakajima. I got to meet Satomu Kitagawa in 2018. Kenpachi Susuma in 2018. My first Godzilla suit actor. Then moved on to other Godzilla suit actors, but I never had something. I never got to meet Haru Nakajima. So I was like, why don't I just pick this guy up if I see him? Because then that way I'll have something that I can say, oh, that's Haru Nakajima.
Yep. Absolutely. That's one of those unique Sofubi pieces that has, before he had passed, it still stuck out as like, that is unique. We need more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Awesome grab.
Then this is also a first for me. I wasn't going to get this guy at first, but I was in Toku Toy Town on the final purchases of my day on Saturday, and I picked up the Marusan. This is a blank, I believe, of the Godzilla 99. Or as my friend likes to, he referred him to as the green Lego dinosaur.
Gumby.
Exactly.
Are you going to have that painted?
I don't know. If I was, I'd probably ask Alex Murdoch, maybe see if he can like pull something off like that or something like that.
Yes. I would just message him or message his dad.
Yeah. And if I was, I'd probably have have it movie colored and probably either have the spines orange or the metallic purple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun part, is that you could basically, it's your canvas, do whatever you want with it.
Right. All right, so now we get to move on to my very fun part, the X Plus. All right, so I knew I wanted to get one X Plus, but it ended up being 4. But
That's
the one that I went on the list was the Yuji Sakai Godzilla 1993. This is the one where he's in the mountains fighting Mecha Godzilla for the first time. I don't remember the title from them.
I don't have that one. Those damn titles for those Yuji Sakai figures is like as long as the Lord of the Rings.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because it's what?
Not longer, right?
Toho 30 centimeter series, Yuji Sakai Modern Collection, something landing something exclusive.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So one of the other ones I was wanting to get, I saw this at a table next to my biggest purchase. I wasn't wanting to go Rick on them, but they were both there, and like the guy offered me an awesome deal, $480 for both. And that is, I picked up the fake Godzilla from Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. And this guy is stunning, like you said. Like, everything about him just screams awesomeness.
Yep. I could babble about it.
I love him.
In short, I was a little skeptical when we saw the prototype not painted at, I think, Winter Wonderfest. Then when I saw it painted, I was like, all right, I'm digging it. Still a little skeptical. And it could have just been the angle that it was at, because the snout looked a little on the flat side. But once I got him out of box, I'm like, yo, this is fresh and cool. Totally loved it. Totally dig it. Good grab. Absolutely.
And this is also the same figure that your coworker stole from you. Not fresh.
Yes. Well, yeah, they hid it. And then when we found it, I made them all sniff his butt and get a good whiff of that freshness. Now, endure the freshness. One of us.
So, to go along with the fake Godzilla, I picked up the 25 centimeter Godzilla 74. And after looking at him, after I saw your review, I'd have to say this is the most accurate in my when it comes to suit accuracy, I would think, compared to the 30.
Yeah. What's up, Pacific OG?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Aaron. Hey, buddy.
That's Aaron
All right.
Rivera.
So
Yes.
yeah, Aaron Rivera.
Yeah, I remember some people's names.
So this was not on my radar. This was the final figure that I picked up, and this was on Saturday. This was my first purchase on Saturday. I saw him on Friday, and I kept on eyeing him at the table. I'm like, I really wasn't one to get one, but what I got was the favorite sculptors line Godzilla 1954 Gigantic Series. And this figure is my first ever gigantic figure I picked up at G-FEST, and he's just stunning.
Yeah, I was a little contemplated on trying to get that one because I had the original 54. Clark, Jessica wants to know if you picked up the 93 Sakai from the autograph room.
No, that was not from the autograph room. It was in the dealer's room. It was in a small little booth right in front of where all the shirts were.
Okay.
I didn't see a 93 in the autograph room unless I missed it.
Okay. Not from the autograph room, Jess. We're sorry.
Sorry. All right. So that concludes all my figures. I did pick up something from the Artist Alley, though, which was also a pretty big buy for me. I've always wanted a Tokyo Tower in my collection. I went there Friday, and I was walking around, and I came across this Tokyo Tower. Someone 3D printed and painted, and it has a switch at the bottom. If I can open it up real quick. Okay, well, it's not one to open up right now. I'm not going to rip the box. So okay. I think it's a little over a foot tall, maybe a little close to 2 feet, and it comes in 3 pieces, and you can plug it in and it lights up.
Awesome. That's awesome. I have a Tokyo Tower. It's by a toy company called Taito, Taito, from I don't know how old it is. I've had it for a while. And having a Tokyo Tower, somewhere on your collection, mixed in, it's a whole vibe. So
yeah, it is. And then this is one last thing I picked up in Artist Alley was this Godzilla sign that they did with these. I forget what they're called. They're little beads that you glue together and you make a design out of them.
Yep.
And I have this sitting in front of the gigantic in my collection, the Godzilla 54. So
perfect.
But that concludes everything other than the autographs that I bought at G-FEST.
That is an outstanding haul, and I'm glad we didn't do this at G-FEST because I would probably have 30 other people still waiting to get done. But
I was kind of surprised that like you agreed to doing it. Like, oh, you want to be spoiled? You want the treatment? All right.
Yeah, because I remember when we would do these at G-FEST, it was hard to give everybody the time and day, and that was like the most important part. Is I want to put people on the platform, like let you talk about what you enjoy, and that's why we're doing this. I don't care how long it is or how long it took at G-FEST, except that it was getting long, and it made me realize I'm glad we were doing it like off schedule, so to speak, because if we were doing it scheduled, we would run out of time because I think the last one I did was 2019. That I think it was 2019. That ran an hour and a half, and I think we did it outside on the patio. And it started.
That was 2018, raining. I believe.
Was it 2018? You were there for that one?
Yeah, I think you did. The one where you did in 2018 was 2-parter, and I think that was probably somewhere else. I could be wrong. Maybe you did it again in the patio. I'm not sure.
If you were outside on the patio, that one I remember was a long one, and I was like getting worried because it started raining, and everybody some people had boxes. I'm like, oh no, their box is gonna get ruined. Like, what do I do?
Right.
The first couple years we did it downstairs at the staircase at the Crown.
Yeah,
it was just getting too crowded there.
Yeah.
So I got to figure it out for next year. But I know you won't be there. I am sorry, but I'm glad we were able. It does. But why won't you be there? Tell us.
I so biggest dreams was to go to Japan and visit all the scenes that are Godzilla. After talking to my awesome mom who supported me in this hobby, she has agreed that for my 40th, we'll go to Japan, which I'm hoping to save my money and stay there for 6 days and do some fun things.
Awesome. Awesome. You will love it. Your mom will love it. It is an experience, a humbling experience, and you could pick my brain about it. And anybody who wants to talk about Japan, pick my brain about it, message me. But it is very humbling to be in Japan. It is such a great place to visit. So that's awesome. I'm glad you're going to be able to experience that. And I can't wait for you to do it. And I can't wait to hear and see about, your pictures and experiences.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be amazing. That's the thing.
All right. We literally got 8 minutes. So tell us, do you have anything on pre-order?
Yes. One of them, which I already brought up earlier, was the Flying F-71 I picked up. I have the Bandai Ichiban Space Godzilla on pre-order, which is kind of like the gold Godzilla that came out for -1, which I have in my collection as well. I also then pre-ordered the Godzilla X Kong New Empire Kong Beast Glove and the new Spitfire Godzilla X Kong Evolved Godzilla, which I'm not happy with the design, but I'm a completionist with the suits or the looks, so I have to get them in my collection.
Yep, totally get that.
And those were the pre-orders I had for G-FEST.
Awesome.
During G-FEST.
So Ray2D2 wants to know, how did you get your whole G-FEST haul home?
That would be thanks to my awesome mom who drove us to and from Chicago, which it was quite tricky with all our luggage. Like I was concerned, like all the stuff I bought. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get this home?
Yeah, that's always a challenge. Probably another reason why I'm glad I'm very picky about what I buy. Because I fly, so I can only bring so much home. But if I remember correctly, I think you could ship stuff from the hotel.
Yeah, via FedEx.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Via FedEx. So at least there's options for that. Mr. Eric Stolt, what's doing, sir? One of the host members of Monsters with Attitude. Boom. Hello. Thank you for dropping in. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Let's see. If there's any questions for Clark, hit it in the comment section right now. And we'll do that. Earlier we were how about this, Clark? What is one of your favorite G-FEST memories?
Well, I might be called an ass kisser for this, as you called me back in 2018. But my top favorite memory was getting to meet you in person for the first time in 2016.
That's awesome. To be on that list, you're totally an ass kisser. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I think I got something on my nose right there.
Yeah. I remember we were doing Fresh Vinyl Live at G-FEST, and I felt bad, but I had to break your chops, because I think was there,
I loved it.
and I was like, "You're gonna skip Fresh Vinyl Live," but you ended up coming in, and I think that was the year I had everybody up on stage, right? It was one of those years, but I remember calling you out, calling you a sellout or something or another. But that was fun,
sellout.
And I enjoy your friendship. I enjoy you, the fact that you've been watching my silly ass all these years. But it's great that it's established a genuine friendship.
Exactly.
And that's why I enjoy breaking your chops. And it's all in good fun. But all right, aside from me, what was another? Really G-FEST memory that stands out for you?
One that stands on top for me was getting to stay on topic, was getting to meet Megumi Odaka, my favorite Godzilla actress, in 2018. I just couldn't believe that she made it in 2018, and I was ecstatic to finally meet her.
Awesome. Yes. She was a doll. She was adorable.
Mhm.
Very, very pleasant to meet her and her husband. So that was a special treat to get to meet them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Question from Jessica Etchels. She would like to know, who was your favorite guest you got to meet going to G-Fest? From the guest lists.
Like this year or
Just in any year that any of the 4 years you've been.
three of them. Three actually stand out, so I guess I'll give her a three-parter. The first one was Akira Takarada at my first ever G-Fest, the godfather of G-Fest. Second would have to be Kenpachiro Tsutsuma, my first ever Godzilla suit actor I got to meet in person. May he rest in peace. And then it would have to be from this year, Shinichi Wakasa. I think he was the sculptor behind my favorite Godzilla, Godzilla 2000.
Yes. He did a lot of the suit making for the Heisei films as well.
Yeah. 93 to 2004, I believe.
Yeah. King Kaiju Films. What shirts? These fresh shirts that we're both wearing here. Make sure you check out that shop tab on the homepage for Fresh Vinyl Reviews. Check out that shop tab. It will bring you to, where you could grab a shirt and a bunch of other cool stuff. Clark, you had a tote bag, which I had never seen in person. I thought I was like, wow, look at that. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I need to get myself one. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, check out that shop tab. It should. I think you could just purchase it right from YouTube, but it's also connected to a TeePublic account. And you should be able to pick a bunch of colors and whatnot. And it's got the Buy Vinyl, Fresh Vinyl on the back. Bam.
Represent.
That's what's up. Get fresh or get out.
5-letter word, fresh.
Fresh. That's right. 5 letters, 1 word, fresh.
Fresh. Yes.
I had to do my own little twist on that. Anyway, all right. So we are going to wrap this up. We literally we stayed on good topic, 1 hour power hour show. I'd love to have you on again, Clark. Honestly,
I would love to do that. It's going to be a long 5 years. Probably give me something good to do.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again. So thank you to everybody that's watching. It's kind of crazy. We had just about 30 people in here for a Wednesday night. Stay tuned. Saturday night, Fresh Vinyl Live, straight up show. We're going to be talking about Mothra versus Godzilla collectibles and some other stuff. I'm still trying to put that together. I'm not prepared. But this will be a regular occurrence. Going to be bringing on anybody and everybody. Anybody that wants to be a part of this. Mostly anybody. But Clark, thank you for doing this. Thank you. I'm happy. It was an honor to have you on. A total pleasure to do this with you.
Same here, buddy.
And I, start saving now for Japan. It's going to be the trip of your life. So, with that said, we're not going to do some silly little sing-along like those folks on Collectible Monsters. That's a little cheese. But Clark, you know what we got to do here. So,
yes.
What is it?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Mr. Fresh Vinyl. And so you could not subscribe to me because I don't have any videos, but thanks for watching. And remember, people, buy vinyl, Fresh Vinyl. Bam.
Oh, I messed it up.